Every call, you're always wondering what's it going to be like. In your head, you're preparing yourself mentally.
Every time that radio goes off,
your blood starts pumping, your heart starts pumping, blood starts rushing, adrenaline starts going.
you're like, okay, let's go. This is a call. You gotta go help somebody.
Within 90 seconds of you making that phone call for help, somebody's coming to help you.
Hatzolah is one of the greatest organizations that our Jewish nation has.
A man by the name of Dov Rowe really brought Queens Hatzolah. He had a certain outlook in mind that's carried through to this day. And that really was to help everybody, every person that we can, and to do it in the best possible way.
When we first started, we didn't have any ambulances at all. We actually used to transport in the back of station wagons. Today, Queens Hatzolah has 10 ambulances.
The organization's grown, and the call volume's increased. From 35 years ago when we had, 3 calls a week, 2 calls a week, to today where we have almost 25 calls a day in Queens.
We are very lucky to have extremely dedicated young people, members who volunteer to come as quickly as possible, and it's incredible. And that itself is something that lends to the saving of many lives. If something ever happens to me, I want those Jewish boys to take care of me.
They are exceptional people, and I guess that's what the Satmar Rebbe said, maskilim, intelligent people. They're not just a taxi service that just drops you off and lets you go.
It's your friends, your neighbors, your volunteers, your family members coming to save you. And it's a work of love, more so than just doing it because it's the protocol to do it. It's a protocol which is done together with love and with genuine caring for my fellow neighbor.
We have people who just give up night after night, day after day. They give from their lives, they give from their businesses, from their family, just to help their fellow neighbors.
Well, there's nothing more valuable and more important in this world than saving a life. Our rabbis tell us if you save one life, it's like you saved the entire world.
When you call Hatzolah, there are 2 members that are sent directly with an emergency response vehicle. Their car is equipped with whatever equipment they need, and they begin patient treatment. A 3rd member simultaneously is sent to get the ambulance and bring it to the call location. There's no question, if you ask anybody in the emergency medical field, the quicker you can get the patient to the hospital and provide the care that they need in the field, the much better success rate you have. Hatzolah volunteer lives in your community. He could be the baker, he could be the grocery store manager, he could be a rabbi, he could be a teacher, he could be anybody you come in contact with could be a volunteer. And what makes that so accessible to everybody is because the volunteer is readily accessible and he's where you live, where you work, the response time is much quicker.
When you have people, because they're spread out all over the place, and you have people that live on the blocks of calls, you can have somebody even in the house while the dispatcher's still on the phone with the caller. You can't beat a system like that.
And 1991, right around that time when I became the first paramedic for Queens Hatzolah. At the time, I think it was about 1,600 hours of class and rotations that we would do in the hospitals to be able to essentially do almost everything a doctor does in an emergency room, and we bring it to the patient's home. Instead of just transporting the patient to the hospital and having the doctors in the emergency room treat the patients, today we're treating the patients at the bedside and treating the patients in the field.
They're essentially providing the care that the emergency department would provide, bridging the gap from the home to the hospital at a level that the regular citizen can't do.
When you have a medical emergency, you don't want us to be walking through the door with adequate equipment or adequate training. You want us to have the best.
We like to think of ourselves as zero compromise. If it's better, we're gonna get it. It may cost a little more, but the community realizes that in times of need, We don't count dollars. We just want to get the best, and we want to deliver the best equipment, the best members, and we want to just do whatever is best for that patient.
One of the things that Queens Hatzolah really prides itself on is having state-of-the-art equipment, the latest and the best before anybody else. Because we feel one life, no matter how much it costs to save, is well spent and well worth it.
There's no question, you know, the efficiency and the very unusual, dedicated young men and young people who are so dedicated and with the sensitivity. It's a higher calling.
Night after night, day after day, and they do it without fanfare, without asking for anything in return. That's a real hero.
In order to be a Hatzolah member, in order to do it, you really need to believe in it. You know, you really need to believe that what you're doing is right. And that's what it comes down to.
When you finish a call up, no matter when it is, for some reason it's always at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you know that you saved someone's life. And tonight you're gonna go back into your bed and sleep, and in that hospital room, there's gonna be somebody there that will live another day.
We'll do it on Shabbos, we'll do it on Yom Kippur, we'll do it anytime, we'll do it in the middle of an important meeting. We will drop everything we do to save your life.
Being here, and I've worked with Hatzolah both in Queens, in Brooklyn for many, many years, and working with Hatzolah is really, on many levels, has actually been one of the highlights of my career.
If we have a choice to go to one community or another, one would have Hatzolah, one would not, that would make a major difference to choose a neighborhood because it does have Hatzolah.
You can be a millionaire, you could be a billionaire, but when you're having a heart attack, all your billions and millions can't help you. You need a few dedicated volunteers, and you need the dedicated donors from the community who donated the ambulance and donated the oxygen and donated the money for the radio system to get that to help. And that's what Hatzolah is all about.